The Nazca Lines are one of the greatest mysteries on Earth. Giant drawings etched into the desert floor of southern Peru, so massive they can only be fully seen from the sky, and nobody knows for certain why they were made. Some say they were messages to the gods. Others believe they were astronomical calendars. And some think they were made for something, or someone, not from this world. The Nazca Lines were first noticed by modern explorers in the 1920s, but they had been sitting in the desert for over 1,000 years. They're located in the Nazca Desert, a dry, remote region in Peru, and cover nearly 200 square miles. There are over 800 straight lines, 300 geometric shapes, and around 70 animals and plants. Some of them stretch as long as 1,200 feet. You can't see the full picture standing on the ground. You'd have to be hundreds of feet in the air to recognize them. And here's the craziest part. They were made without modern technology. No drones, no helicopters, no satellites. The people who made them simply removed the dark surface rocks to reveal the lighter earth underneath. That's it. That's the method. And it somehow created massive, precise geoglyphs that still haven't faded after more than 1,000 years. Most scholars believe they were created by the Nazca people between 200 BCE and 600 CE. This was centuries before the rise of the Inca Empire. The Nazca civilization was known for their pottery, textiles, and irrigation systems. But these lines are on a different level. Some of the designs are instantly recognizable. There's a hummingbird, a monkey, a spider, a whale, even what looks like an astronaut waving from space. Others are more abstract, long, straight lines that go for miles, or spirals and trapezoids carved with razor-sharp precision. So why were they made? That's where things get interesting. Some archaeologists believe the lines align with stars, constellations, or solstices, acting as a kind of calendar. Others think they were part of religious ceremonies. Theories suggest the Nazca may have walked along the lines as part of rituals to summon rain or to honor deities in the sky. There's one theory that the geoglyphs relate to water, something incredibly precious in a desert environment. Some of the lines are believed to point toward underground aquifers or ceremonial wells. So maybe they weren't messages to the gods. Maybe they were maps of survival. But not everyone buys that. In the 1960s, a Swiss author named Erich von Däniken introduced a far more radical idea. He claimed the lines were made to signal alien visitors, or even built by them, runways for spacecraft, messages visible from above. It sounds absurd, but the idea caught on, especially in pop culture. Why? Because of one simple fact. The lines only make sense from the air. Why would an ancient civilization make giant drawings that nobody on the ground could see? Who were they for? Von Däniken wasn't the only one to question the official narrative. In his book Chariots of the Gods, he argued that many ancient structures, from the pyramids of Egypt to the Nazca Lines, couldn't have been built with the knowledge of the time. Instead, he suggested ancient humans were either helped by extraterrestrials or were trying to communicate with them. Mainstream archaeology dismisses this. There's no hard evidence of alien involvement, and the methods used to make the lines, scraping away dark rocks, are entirely doable with simple tools. But the questions still linger. How did they plan such large figures with such accuracy? Some researchers believe they used basic surveying tools, wooden stakes, string, and grids. In fact, experimental archaeologists have successfully recreated small versions of the figures using these methods. No aliens needed, just basic geometry and patience. Still, the mystery hasn't gone away. Maria Reiche, a German mathematician and archaeologist, spent over 50 years studying the lines. She believed they were part of an astronomical system, a calendar written in the earth. She mapped them, measured them, fought to protect them, and lived next to them until her death. In recent years, researchers using drones have discovered dozens of new figures, some shaped like cats, fish, birds, and humanoid figures with exaggerated heads. These newer lines are harder to see and more fragile. Some were hidden for centuries under shifting sands. One especially eerie new figure, discovered in 2020, shows a humanoid being with massive eyes. Arms bent at the elbow, a posture that looks oddly modern. Was it a god, a mythological creature, or something else? As technology advances, we're learning more about how the lines were made, but not necessarily why. Some lines appear ceremonial, others could have been pilgrimage routes. One idea is that the process of making the lines was more important than the result, a kind of sacred labor that bound communities together. Whatever their purpose, the scale is staggering. And the fact that so many have survived despite wind, erosion, and time is a miracle in itself. The Nazca Desert gets almost no rainfall, which helped preserve the geoglyphs for over 1,000 years. But modern threats like tourism, vehicles, and mining are starting to wear them down. In 2018, a truck driver caused massive damage by driving over several lines, leaving deep tire tracks. Today, the site is protected as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Researchers continue scanning the desert, uncovering new figures each year. Some are clear, others a little more than faint outlines, but together they form one of the largest and most mysterious artworks on Earth. And maybe that's what they are, art. Messages we were never meant to decode, a language not of words, but of shapes. Maybe they weren't made to be understood, maybe they were made to be witnessed. Because in a world where we think we know everything, the Nazca Lines remind us that there are still questions without answers, still places on this earth where mystery reigns. And sometimes, mystery is enough.